What up, Sobsters? QS coming at you. So today, I'm on a roll because I'm about to do this next video, and this is about, this is not a repair video. So for those of you that are looking for a repair video, that's not my standard video. Okay, once in a while, I just do these tutorials or info videos about cars that I think that would be helpful to a person that is just on a more basic level of whether vehicle repair or vehicle buying. So let me tell you about this 100,000 mile myth that after you purchase a car or when you're buying a new car, do not buy something that has over 100,000 miles. That, in my opinion, and from my experiences, is completely not true, okay? In my opinion, a car is not living until it has gone over 125,000 miles. So, and that's even for a person that is not a DIYer. I think being a DIYer is a wonderful thing to be. Obviously, being a mechanic is great. But I think that just as a driver in general and someone that wants awareness of their vehicles, and then you're just doing the basic things to ensure that your vehicle is riding smoothly, whether, you're checking your fluids, you're listening to your car, you're talking nicely to your car, you're petting your car. These are the things that I encourage because it just helps you to stay in tune with your car stays in tune with you, you good to your car is good to you. But I used to be a person that used to be, when I was much younger, I used to be very attracted to new cars, and I want to switch up and this and that. And, I would get nervous once I would just be watching the mileage, the odometer on my car at all times because I was concerned with how many miles I was driving. I was driving back and forth to New York to see my family, and I would just be, every time I would go up to New York and back, I'd be like, oh my God, I just ran, 2,000 miles on my car, and now I have to worry, and I'm going to have to get another car, and so I'm going to have to finance. And when you're financing a car, the minute you step off that lot, that car depreciates, okay? And I mean, it depreciates. Boom, okay? So if you pay $15,000 for a car, by the time you drive off that lot, that thing is worth about $10,000, okay? So you're losing money automatically. And then the next year, $8,000. And then the next year, $5,000. So each year it depreciates. The percentage for depreciation is higher and higher and higher. And then if you believe in the myth that at 100,000 miles you have to trade it in, or you need to sell it, or you need to get another car, then you're just throwing money out the window. If I had some dollars, I could rain dollars on how much money you're going to be losing when you do that. So the important thing is to appreciate the maturity of your car. Okay, I understand some of you just want to have an attractive car. That's fine. If you have a job or you need to impress people, you want to look, you want to show that drip or whatever, that's fine. That's your prerogative. But I'm telling, this video is for people that have just believed in the myth that once your car hits over 100,000 miles, you need to get a new one. And so you're overextending yourself to do this because you don't want to break down. You're afraid of breaking down. But new cars break down too. But I get it. They do have warranties. Okay. So, but it is, if you're not a DIYer, it's important to stash some money for the side. Even me as a DIYer, there's some things with my car. I have 211,000 miles. I plan on driving my car till it's over 400,000. And maybe when my daughter turns 16 and I give it to her, that's when I'll buy another car. But it will be another used car that I pay cash for. And then I'll be a DIYer on that one. Hopefully it'll be a Saab. But if it's not, whatever it will be, I will be doing the most work that I can do on it. Now, there are some things that can get complex for the DYers, and you might, there's on certain engines, things are a little bit more snug than others, and so you can't reach it, or maybe you just don't have the time to do it, or maybe you just don't want to mess with it because if you bought an older used car, the parts, you got to be super careful with the parts because when you're fixing stuff, you can break it. But please know that if you're doing the things that you need to do to your preventative maintenance and just the things that need to be done on a car, once it gets over 100,000 miles, I'm telling you, you're going to just love it more. And you're going to be more aware of it because you've driven it longer. So you're going to pay more attention to it. You're going to know when things are going wrong. When something's new, it takes more time to get to know it. And I'm not swaying you from something that you really want to achieve if, you want to get a new car every 5 years. But I'm just saying, if you want to increase your bottom dollar, then know that you don't have to do that. You find it, and if you're not a DIYer, find you a good independent mechanic, one that has integrity, one that's about service and serving, and you'll be able to see that and feel that when you go inside to this shop. So don't just take your car to any old shop. This day and age, you can get reviews. All you have to do is go online to Google, put in the name of the shop, and check it out. Don't even go there if it's under a 4.6, okay? How about 4.8? I do recognize that a lot of times when people do reviews, they do negative reviews. And so you kind of got to read between the lines of it. When you read the review, you can kind of tell the things that are sound a little sketchy. Like, well, I bought my car and they told me all this stuff was wrong with it. And then it broke down the next day. Well, if they told you this was wrong with it and you didn't get that fixed and then it broke down the next day, why are you writing this review? And I know in some cases that honestly, sometimes mechanics makes mistakes, but it's all about how you approach it and your level of awareness about your car so that if mistakes do happen, you can bring it back and say, look, this is what happened. This is what, my car wasn't doing this in the past. Do you think maybe when you were fixing this thing, you moved that thing, or maybe the hose came off? Can you check to see if you can connect it back together? Whatever. You didn't tighten a screw back on my oil pan now, or you didn't tighten the oil filter enough and now oil's leaking, little stuff like that. So they will tend to make mistakes on it. But just know that cars were built to run, okay? They weren't built to break down. They weren't built to walk. And I believe in the older cars even more so because they're sturdier. Just like a brick home is sturdier than a home made of stucco or I can't think of siding. I can't think of, it's not called siding. Vinyl siding. And nothing's wrong with a vinyl siding house. Nothing's wrong with a stucco house. But I'm just saying older things that were made in the past were made more sturdy, made to last. And so just recognize that with your older car, because the newer cars, they have more safety features because they have to have more safety features because of the materials that the cars are built with. Some of them, unless you get a Tesla, okay, or something like certain cars are very great quality. But hopefully this tip helps you. 100,000 miles, over 100,000 mile vehicle is a myth. Love your car and it will love you back.